That's our resident therapist. He has a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling from Northwestern. Citizens, this is just somebody on Instagram making up stuff. This man actually paid for his education. When you got to pay for that education, you tend to study harder when it comes from your pocket.
That's true.
You don't want to do it twice.
No.
You don't want to flunk out. You don't want to continue the process. Those units cost money. This man has dedicated years of his life to this profession. We are very fortunate to have him here today. I want to welcome him back. It was interesting when he came up here with his big brother. He became kind of mute and, and small.
Oh.
We got to...
I don't know if it was
Chris
that
was hogging
bad.
the interview.
Yeah, Chris Webber started hogging the interview. I was like, David, this is your thing. It's not Chris's.
You brought Chris here.
Yeah, man. Welcome David Weber back to the show, y'all.
D-Dub.
Yeah.
Let Chris dunk on you like that, dog.
He's always talking, man.
Yeah, man. He got a book, whatever, man. I know he got a book.
By God's Grace, which is a really good book, by the way. I suggest all, parents get it for your young people in your family. It's a good book. I bought it for my nephew, Isaiah. He loves it. He hits me up once a week. It was like, Auntie, this book is so good. Thank you for this. So it doesn't matter the age. Get the book By God's Grace by Chris Webber.
David Weber is here, man. Hey, how was the weekend for you, brother?
It was good. It was chill, just relaxed and clean. I think I have a little bit of OCD, so I'm very
really
everything has to very particular. So my closet has to line up. Everything has to be lined up perfectly. So I was doing that all week.
You give me that impression just by the way you dress. You got OCD.
What you mean?
Because like even on this hoodie, his strings are just about the same
Same
length.
length, right?
Did you notice that? My I'm dead ass, man. Let's peel that back. I did say it, dead ass. Okay, let's peel that back.
Oh, my.
We can peel it back.
Where does that come from?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Okay, so we grew up in a really small house. And so 4 of us was in one room, and then Chris had his own room. Or 3 of us, sorry. 3 of us was in one room. Chris had his own room. My sister had her own room. So when you have 3 big guys in one small little attic room, you don't have your own space. So when we finally moved, when Chris made it to league, I think I was 13 or 14 years old when he made it to league. We finally moved about a year and a half later or so, and then I got my own room.
Okay.
And once I had my own room, this is mine, even though it ain't yours, but you think it's yours. Yeah. And so that's when I started making sure everything was perfectly clean.
Damn. So how does that work for your wife? Like you got to move.
Well, I don't have a wife.
Okay.
But not yet. One day.
Okay.
Looking. But it doesn't affect the relationship at all.
Okay.
So, if you're messy, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
So it doesn't bother me.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
because
But
leaving.
the moment you go to the grocery store or something like that, I'm cleaning back up. I'm getting everything back in order.
I like that.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing.
Not
and being
weird, but
transparent.
it's good for somebody like Sway who's messy. You probably need a person.
Yeah.
I
have a person.
No, I mean, your wife
you
would
don't
have
pay.
to be the kind that your wife would maybe have to be the type who doesn't mind doing what David does.
I heard that, Tracy, by the way. Yeah.
Two messy people shouldn't live together. Yeah, that's my point.
So I've had reaction in relationships in the past that I was a little messy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I didn't realize it, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize I was messy. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't.
How do you not realize that you're messy?
For example, before I would go to bed, I'd take off my socks.
I knew it was the socks.
And I'll leave them. I might, I'm in bed. I don't want to put socks on in the bed. I might do a little roll thing and just set them on the floor.
Right.
Okay.
On the side of the bed. So when I get up in the morning, I'll pick them up and put them.
Yeah.
They call that messy.
I don't think that's messy. It's messy if you leave it on the floor the next morning. Like
That's happened,
okay.
but not for a long period of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How far is the hamper from your bed?
Well, there's one in my bedroom now because of that, so I just kind of toss it in the hamper.
When you walk in the house, do you fold like that?
When I walk in the house, I put my keys on the keychain and I take this jacket and it'll go on the arm of my my stairs.
Oh, really? So you don't hang it
not
up?
a closet?
Okay. All right.
I anticipate walking out eventually. You know what I mean? So I don't know. When I'm gonna hang it up when I'm Mr. Rock. What's his name? Mr.
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. I'm gonna hang my shit up every time I come home.
Why not?
Damn OCD man. No, I don't hang it up.
Hey, not Hero Man meeting OCD man.
So like I feel like you coming at me about that.
I just wonder.
You sounded disgusted,
no,
bro.
no. How about your shoes?
Damn.
Do they have a place when you walk in the crib? Or
There's a place under my stairs where my shoes can go,
Yes.
but I just kind of kick them off at the front door.
Okay.
But I don't wear shoes in the house.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it's
That's
okay.
good.
And
Yeah.
you looking sad at me, bro.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
I'm thinking. See, I'm getting relationship talk.
No,
I'm
it's
thinking.
cool, it's cool.
I'm thinking about service to one another.
Okay.
So if that's her thing and she wants the stuff put away, then out of service to her, I'm putting the stuff away, even if I'm not that type of person.
Yeah.
Even if I'm messy. If she wants me to wash the dishes, okay, I'll wash the dishes. If that makes you happy, I'll do. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
So wash the dishes. I love folding clothes, by the way. Washing dishes, folding clothes, cleaning up, in service to you, I'll do that, even if it's not me.
But what if a person lives by themselves? Like Sway has a bachelor pad, so he could
do what he wants.
He could kind of be
He could be messy by himself, But if you're with somebody and you nasty, not that you're nasty,
I'm not.
but but if you with somebody and you nasty and that person's been asking you over and over and over to clean up and you won't do it because you a man or you a girl or you work all or whatever it may be, it doesn't work. Whatever you need me to do for you, out of service to you. More
I
often
like
than not,
that.
I'm gonna do
That's
that.
nice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
a new approach.
the new approach. When I start to cohabitate with a person again, that's gonna be my mentality.
Love it.
Especially within that home, the walls of your home. That's where you want that's where you want to treat
balance.
they want the
Yeah.
balance. I want to treat you so good that you want to treat me so good that whenever
That's
we're
it.
between those walls, we're feeling real good.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
it.
shared sanctuary.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
it. I'm already
Okay.
with you.
Okay.
I'm dating you, so obviously I care about you. So if I care about you and that's important to you, then whatever's important to you is important to me.
David Weber is here. We're going to open up these
That's
phone
solid.
lines. 888. He just helped me out right there. 888-742-3345. Let's talk about it with David Weber. Shade 45. Got David Weber here, our resident therapist. And David, I want to thank you, man. He flies out here every month just to be with the citizens. You getting a lot of good response from our audience?
Great response. Just shout out to everybody who's been calling and asking for help and for support in their different states. One of the things I didn't talk about before was that the therapist has to be licensed in your state. So when you're looking for a therapist, I'm licensed in several states, but depending on the therapist, they may only be licensed in one state.
Oh, like a lawyer.
Yeah,
Okay.
same thing. So technically speaking, you're supposed to be in that state. They're supposed to be licensed in the state. So if you go on vacation, technically speaking, they're not supposed to see you that week. But if you don't tell them, they wouldn't know. But for example, as far as like telehealth therapy.
Okay, so you're licensed in a numerous amount of states. We won't name them all, but if people want to reach you directly, and listen, he'll cut you a great deal if you mention this show.
I got you.
I didn't discuss
Sure.
that with him.
No,
we
I
just
got
said
you.
that
No,
live. Okay.
No, you know what?
Shut
I'm glad.
up.
No. This is important because some people can't. They really can't afford it.
Yeah.
It was very expensive. You paying out of pocket. If you do have insurance, your copay may only be $25 or something like that. So really check to see if your insurance covers your therapy. But if you're struggling, come on. I saw when I first started therapy, I had people that were paying $5 per session.
Wow.
Because I wanted to see them, so
Yeah.
it didn't matter. So if you only got $5, you only got $5. Let's do it.
Well, stop that. I mean, as your manager.
That was when
you
Okay,
first
started,
okay.
though.
Well,
Yes,
Yeah.
but depending on the person,
Okay,
I'm not
and
in it
the
for
need.
that. You know,
Okay.
it's very
Okay.
real.
So reach out to
Love.
him at David Weber _
LPC.
LPC.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Tracy has been losing sleep in recent weeks, David Weber, and there's been nothing on her priority list other than for her to figure out the meaning behind these battles. And
Nothing else.
nothing else. She only eats because her body yearns for food.
Wow.
But yeah, that's where she's at now.
Yeah.
All right, but go ahead, Tracy. This is
Oh, well, David Weber, we were also discussing this with Heather, of course, and we thought it would be really fascinating if you were able to play therapist personally for both Drake and Kendrick. we would love to know what you would share with them both right now. Thinking of Kendrick, his tactics primarily have been accusing Drake of being a pedophile, of being a creep, shaping him to be a culture vulture. Yeah. He's using, actually, to me, weaponizing a lot of psychological tactics and maybe insights he's learned in therapy against Drake. Drake mainly is saying that Kendrick is a domestic abuser, making fun of his heights, comparing numbers, etc., etc. This has been really heightened. We know that Drake now has trespassers on his property. A security guard has been shot. Let's start with Kendrick. If you could have a one-on-one with Kendrick, what would you share?
First, I would ask for a feature.
By the way, David Weber makes beats.
First I ask for a feature.
That's great.
So Les Brown says, live your life the way you want to leave your life. And that statement is so powerful to me because I think what makes Kendrick is that he does go away. He's not. It's kind of like Sade. Like they're not. They don't want the attention. They're good with being away. They're good with people not knowing what's going on in their life. They're good with not coming out with albums for years and years and years. And that's who he seems to be. I don't know him, obviously, but that's who he seems to be. And so I would say to you, this is part of your core value is that family is your core value. Is that staying away out of the mess seems to be part of your core value. And so when I'm going against my core value and I'm getting into something, that's fun for hip hop, right? But if it goes against who I am, then is it worth it? Is it worth the time? Is it worth the energy? You know what I'm saying? It's like Kendrick they're both cemented in hip hop legacy, right? The legacies. So for Kendrick, because of it's like Sade coming out with a beat. It's Sade. It's like Anita Baker it's Anita Baker, right? There's some people that to me seem almost too big for the beef or too big for any controversy, too big for, because they're.
You feel like he's that?
I do. Yeah. Personally, I do. Him, like I said,
Drake
is to me the biggest artist, but that seems to be in line with what he does. So, kind of. So, no. But Kendrick, for me, Kendrick, if he's on my couch, I'm like, this doesn't seem to be you. Okay. From what I've seen, doesn't seem to be you.
What homework would you give Kendrick if he was about to leave your session and he shared that maybe this was very heavy on his heart?
I would ask him what has been said about him that wasn't true. Has he had someone say something about him that wasn't true? And if so, unless you know, then don't say it. Then don't say it. So the homework would be go back, think about some things that were said about you or your family that was not true, and then how did it make you feel? So we would get out the emotion wheel. If you're at home, go to Google, type in emotion wheel, it'll come up. There's all these emotions on there, and I would say, how did you feel? Pick out an emotion on the emotion wheel. Tell me how you felt when it was said about your family, said about whoever that you love, and did you like it? The answer obviously would be no, right? Okay, so when we're talking about other people, let's just make sure we're 100% spot on when we're talking about somebody else, because more than likely they'll feel the same way.
David Weber here. Okay, so what about Drake?
Yes, the psychoanalysis of Aubrey Graham.
Yeah, it's that identity. Who am I? So he's, for some people, right, he's not black enough, and then for other people, not white enough, not pop enough, or whatever it may be, right? And so that has to be a very difficult line to be in, to be a person that's as big as he is, and then have one group of people making fun of whatever. He's too light-skinned, or he's too this or too that. And another group, well, he's not white enough, and being in that in-between. So who am I will be our conversation. Who am I, and what does that look like in every single way of my life? Also, the people around me. Do the people around me support me and love me for me? When this all goes away, do they love me for me? That's something to think about, too.
David Weber. All right, man. He just psychoanalyzed that whole beef.
Oh.
Kind of. How he would.
And what about the audience? I feel like we need to be psychoanalyzed as well.
Why do we like it? Now, I like it too. So I'm talking to myself too.
Yeah.
All right. But what is it about beefs that we love on the internet, on Twitter and everything else? What is it about that we love? Why do we like mess? Why do we like mess in our relationships? Why do we deal with mess in our families? Why do we deal with mess in entertainment? The most popular shows are messy. Why do we? I watch them too. Don't get it twisted. I watch them too. But why do we like that stuff? Like, what is it about the stuff that's not messy that doesn't bring us the same joy and peace? And we don't like that stuff. What do you think? Why do you think we don't like, regular? Why don't regular shows that don't have messy casts? Why don't they last?
I think the mess. Well, I think the mess for me, I can't speak for everybody, is there's some type of identity in it that we relate to that appeals to us. I don't know what it is, but that mess turns me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even in relationships, when I had drama, it kind of,
Yeah.
I had a spike. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I think that's how we feel. That's how we know how to feel. A lot of shit I saw growing up was dealing with drama, trauma, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And that's how I learned how to feel, because that's where I saw most of the emotion come from.
Yeah.
So maybe I think I've always asked, what's that appeal?
So you connect to it on some level. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people, I think, just like you said, connect with some part of that story that connects with them personally.
Yeah.
I think the rest of us, we project our insecurities onto other people.
I
And
agree.
so we're seeing in them the parts of us that we don't want. So one of my favorite shows is 600 Pound Life.
Okay, yeah.
And the reason I love this show, I don't know if y'all have seen 600 Pound Life, but the reason I love this show is because they're no different than us. So for people who haven't seen this show, these people weigh 600 pounds and they go to this person named Dr. Now to get this surgery so they lose weight. Okay. And when I'm watching the show, I see myself. I see the part. See, with them, you're seeing their weight. Their issue is in weight. Well, my issue may be in pride. You just can't see it.
Yeah.
Or my issue may be in insecurity, but you can't see it. My issue may be in the way I talk to my woman, but you can't see it. Right? So I may be 600 pounds too in a part of my life that you just can't see. So when we watch that show, it's easy to go, they weigh 600 pounds. I would never get that big. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you're that big in other areas. You just don't know it. And you don't have enough self-awareness or introspection to say, you know what, there's some areas of my life that I'm just as big as they are, that I'm just as, I haven't done my due diligence in areas I need to pay attention to. And so for me, I see myself in them, seriously. I really do.
David Weber, man. Come on, David Weber _LPC. Follow him. You can hit him directly. We're going to take your calls, 888-742-3345. We can all use some help from time to time.
Yes. Affirmative.
Nobody said life was going to be easy. You was always going to have it figured out, right? We're human. This is what happens. To be human is to err. Or to err is to be human. What is it, David? I know you studied
Air
this.
is human.
What does it have there?
The air is human.
To err is human.
And something else is.
And Lonnie, when they say that, what do you think that means?
To be in tune.
There you go, my man Lonnie Light. With humanity. There you go. Let me finish
To
that
err
sentence.
is human. To forgive is divine. That's
There it
the
is.
correct.
Yeah. I forgive every day. I love to forgive. It makes me feel great to forgive.
It
What is
always
that?
did.
I mean, that's great.
No, it does. Because when I forgive, I feel like I've accomplished something. It's helped me get through something.
Yeah, lightens your load.
Lightens my load.
But did it always feel good to forgive?
I believe it has. It just it's not all.
That's
It hasn't always felt good to go through the process. But once I agree in myself that I forgive, it's the best feeling for me.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like
more in the after.
It's the after. It's after. I forgive you, and then geez, wow.
Yeah.
You know, I feel good.
Is the relationship the same when you forgive, or the relationship changes?
Changes.
Okay.
That's the one thing I didn't say. I forget.
That's a switch.
Right.
I forgive, but we got a lot of people. We've been talking with David Weber, our resident therapist here, and just in the few moments that you've been here, the phone lines have lit up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go, and everybody got different things they want to navigate with you, so I'm gonna just take these calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Virginia. Joy is on the line.
What's up, Joy?
Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good morning.
In pain,
Pump it up. Pump it up.
in sunshine, in rain,
Let me tell you.
joy. How you doing, Joy?
Hey, Joy.
How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
First, thank you for the tips on the messiness, because I definitely have that in my list of things to address. But I am definitely the one of Sway with wanting to have the drama. So my question really is, based on a lot of trauma that I've been exposed to at work and home, how do you find motivation? So I feel like I'm in a huge rut where I am unmotivated and trying to navigate through finding the joy. Joy is my nickname because my grandmother said I used to smile all the time. I'm trying to find her because it's just been very traumatic collectively with all of the things that have happened, that I'm not motivated to. I'm just moving through the day, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to finding progression in what I should be doing.
Okay. Gosh.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're going through it for real right now, right? So anytime someone's going through it, this is going to sound a little bit simple, but when you're going through it, you got to get out the house. You have to get out the house. One of the worst things you can do when you're unmotivated, you have a lack of interest in all activities, you have to get out the house. Real quick, Sway, I'm going to go through, this is for everybody listening, I'm going to go through some of the things you can do for depression. I'm not saying you have depression, by the way, but normally when someone has a lack of motivation, they don't want to get out of bed, life is not worth living type of emotions, number one, make up your bed, take a shower, open your blinds, clean your house, go for a walk, get outside, and have a very small goal.
You want to make
An
a small
easy
goal.
win.
Yeah, a small goal. And I know that sounds like, okay, come on, but I promise you, the one thing with depression or lack of motivation is you don't want to get out of bed. So you're going to feel the exact same way the next day, and the next day, and the next day. By the way, in the same way you have functioning people, alcoholics, I don't like that word, but in that same way, you have people who have functioning depression. They get up, they go to work, they come home, watch TV. They get up, they go to work, come home, watch TV. So if that's part of your lifestyle as well, you gotta switch it up. You gotta.
You just analyzed Sway. Sway just looked out to the room and said, "Am I functionally depressed?
Am I depressed?
Get out."
Right. So.
Wow.
Yeah, but really small goals, some things that you really, really want to do, and because sometimes we have these really big goals that we never do. It makes us feel more depressed when we don't do them.
Okay, so we'll give me an example of a small goal. Today I'm going to clean the backyard.
So let's say my big goal is I want to lose 30 pounds.
Okay.
If you're thinking about 30 pounds, you're gonna be mad at yourself a week from now when you have meatloaf with extra gravy, right? You're gonna be mad. So instead of thinking about the 30 pounds, think, okay, I'm gonna walk 3 times this week for 20 minutes each. That's it.
I see what you mean.
Wow.
I'm just gonna walk.
20 minutes each.
That's it. And then the next week, maybe you add to something. They call that habit stacking. So instead of just walking 20 minutes, you say, okay, I'm going to do 10 push-ups after I walk.
Okay.
Really, really, really small goals. Please, these big, huge goals that we never accomplish is not even worth the time. Pick very small goals. It'll build your confidence when you accomplish them.
Joy, I hope this was very helpful because it was helpful for me, Joy.
That's helpful. I appreciate
Okay, Joy, make sure.
a rut, and that's what it feels like.
Okay, so she said she's been feeling like she's in a mental rut, and so I think this advice.
Yeah. Joy, hit me up on Instagram, David Weber LPC, and underscore LPC, and I'll send you a couple more links that you can look up, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Joy,
Wow.
Joy.
Yeah.
Didn't this call bring you joy?
It did bring me joy, Sweat.
There you go. Come on, Joy. Come on. That's where we at. So you're already moving in the right direction. You're a citizen.
And Sway in the morning, she reiterated the dry joke, though.
And I'm sure there's people who are curious about what LPC stands for. That's Licensed Professional Counselor.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Let's go to Diesel in the Bronx. He wants to ask about partners confirming to each other. Diesel, go ahead.
Confirming.
Yes, Beezer. What up, Sway? What up, Heather?
homie?
What up?
Hey.
Yo.
So my question is, like, what you were telling Sway, once you with your partner, your life partner, your girlfriend, if you're with them, you should conform to them. That's what you're saying, correct?
Conform.
No, I'm not saying conform. I'm saying that if you know that person, if you love that person and they love you, then I want to make them happy. So if they ask for something that's reasonable, of course I'm gonna do it.
No, I'm with you on that part, but when do they also do it?
I agree. No, I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
And that's where it breaks down. See, I could be. That's why I'm calling, because I agree with you. But when you're doing everything, it seems like you're doing the 95%, and they might do the 5%. And they love you to death, but you're not getting what you want.
Yeah, and they'll keep it like that too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sway, Sway know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, D, I
so
got
how do
you.
you get them to come? They don't have to come 50-50, but at least come 10 more percent down. Damn.
Right. I'm with you. So let me ask you this question: do you have the conversation? Like, do you have that conversation more than one time, over and over?
Yeah, but usually, as you know, when you have that conversation, it's hard. So they take it as you're
criticizing.
Yeah, exactly. Criticizing them, no matter what tone you have, it's the tone is the wrong tone.
Okay, let me.
They don't want to hear it.
Let me hear how you say it. Let's do some role play. Go ahead.
Okay. Like Tracy could play the role of your person. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Let me
Tracy, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
So you got me cheating on the radio, right?
Nah, it's hypothetical. You ain't cheating. But D, come on.
Diesel, you called me to have this talk. What you want to talk about?
Damn.
That right there is like this wild day black. Sorry. You heard that attitude? Nobody don't want to talk to that. That's part of. Well, that's you said role play.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I'm saying his lady. Diesel, according to you, your lady has a hard time with receiving, so I wanted to just.
But he heard the toot and got turned off.
All right, let me be myself.
Let's do a different approach. Okay, Tracy, here we go.
I'll be myself. I'll be myself.
Okay. Diesel.
And yes. I just had to think of
What's
Diesel as Carl. Diesel, you wanted to share something with me. Please feel free.
Well, I mean, I do the lawn. I snow blow. I take care of mostly everything. What are you going to contribute as well to the house?
Oh, wait.
Whoa. Foul ball. Whistle on the play.
Go back to the first Tracy. Do that one over.
Whistle on the play. There's a whistle on the play. Hold up, Diesel. We're going to the. We're going to the rewind right now.
Oh man.
The replay, Diesel.
What are you going to contribute?
You lucky you in a relationship with that approach.
What you want to say now, Heather?
Yeah.
It sounds like Tracy came with the new person, but he responded with, I said this the 20th time already.
Yeah,
like you were supposed to approach her for the first time, not the 20th time, Beazle.
Oh, the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Okay, so Diesel, here you go.
Is it Diesel or Beazle?
It's Diesel like the gas.
Diesel.
Diesel?
Nah, Beazle.
Like art?
With a B.
Beazle.
That's what I was saying, Beazle.
Oh, Beazle. My bad, bro.
BZO.
All right. Oh, B.
Bezo.
The letter B, the letter Z, the letter O.
Beazle.
Exactly. Beazle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we all satisfied with how to say his name? We're good, right? All right. Diesel. All right. Beazle, do this again like it's the first time, and honestly, try it for real. Like, what would you now that if you got another chance to approach this, having heard Heather's and David's perspective, how would you do it? Go.
Well, maybe I don't know, so that's why I'm calling to get some advice.
That's fair.
I appreciate
Bezo,
that.
that's excellent.
I appreciate that, Bezo.
Say, man, I ain't got it.
No, hold up. Look, give Bezo a round of applause.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah. You have to admit your shortcomings. That's what's up.
My guy Bezo. Okay, David.
So I think you would say something like, first off, I love you. I care about you. I think you're amazing, blah, 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 blah. Not too much of that, though, but I love you. I'm not going to come to straight critical about you, right? I love you. I think you're awesome. I think you're amazing. You're a wonderful person. That's why I'm with you. There are some things that I have some concerns about, and I was wondering if we could discuss them. I feel like there's some things I contribute to a relationship, just like you. but there's also some other things I want from you, and I would appreciate if you did those things. And so I'm sure you have some concerns as well for me. So is it okay if I tell you a few things and maybe you tell me a few things that you need on your end, and then we can spend this next week focused on both of us trying to do those things together.
Sure, honey.
All right, good.
Yeah, I almost said that. Shit, the way that sounds so good. I was like, Dave, can I open up to you? Yo, but Bezo, what do you think? I like that. I like that approach.
No, I like that approach too, but it just seems like a lot of times the person knows what they're supposed to do. They're just not doing it.
That's the wrong guy. Nah, Bezo.
Bezo.
Nah, don't assume that.
Yeah, you guys have two different types of brains. You guys have two different types of childhood. You guys are distracted by different things.
But you guys are just talking about cleaning up socks off the floor and stuff, and he's supposed to know how to do that. So maybe he didn't do that in his house.
Well, how you make this about me though, Bezo?
I'm just listening to the examples. You can't have on one hand, maybe that's the way they grew up, and then when it comes to Sway, you guys beat up Sway over there.
Well,
that's true.
Bezo, if you don't mind, David, can I ask how long have you been in this relationship with this person?
It's going on 22 years.
And you guys are living. Are you guys married?
Yeah, we married. Yeah.
And
absolutely,
you feel like you're doing a majority of work in your marriage? Both?
No. How do you get the other person to contribute without it being? They contribute, but how do you do it with? I'm just not only doing it for me, for people who be listening, that they can get to 22 years.
Wow.
It's not just for me; it's for everybody listening
It's
as
communication.
well.
It sounds like David's saying communication.
Yeah,
right?
I'm saying communicate without the criticism.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm having a conversation and it feels like I'm being critical of you, the person is less likely to listen. But if I approach the conversation like I'm a human being, I mess up too. You're a human being. We both have our flaws.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if you could do these things for me. And I'm asking you what are some things you want me to do as well. That way it doesn't become all about her and what she's not doing. It also becomes about some things I need to improve on myself.
I like that. Hey,
I
Bezo,
agree with that.
You agree with that? Hey, Bezo, give it a shot and call us and let us know how that goes. All right?
I got you. Pick up those socks off the floor, Sway.
I'm going to work on that, brother. I got a long way to go. All right, you a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
My call. Enjoy you guys' day. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
It's my first time calling.
We got a first time caller. Welcome to the tribe. My man Bezo, you a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
I got to take this one. I'll be remiss before we go into the mix. Natalie is in Atlanta, and she says 600-pound life motivates her. Is that true, Natalie?
Yes. First off, good morning to everyone, and
Good
I'm
morning.
a first-time caller.
We got another one. They're everywhere. Welcome to the tribe.
Thank you. Love the show, and yeah, this is an interesting segment. I work out. I love the gym. And when the doctor started talking about why he watches 600-pound life, I thought he was going to say the same way I feel. Like, I like watching it because it motivates me. Like, okay, yeah, this is why I go to the gym. And when he started talking about the quote-unquote messy shows, I thought he was going to say the same thing that I feel. I don't like the reality shows and those type things because I can't stand the messiness. So now that he said all of that, I'm starting to wonder, well, am I in the minority? Like, should I be, or am I overthinking it? Is what I'm feeling normal, or should I be like, psychoanalyzing myself more? Like, am I really watching 600-pound life because it motivates me, or is it some kind of underlying issue? Am I not? Do I not like the reality shows because I hate the way they depict us, or is it something else? Or or am I normal? Does that make sense?
Well, David, don't look at me.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I don't. What I don't want is, I'm not taking shots at reality shows, right? I'm just having a conversation. And I don't want you beating yourself up and trying to psychoanalyze yourself about watching a show. The reason I bring that up is sometimes we watch a show because we connect with a part of that person. And sometimes we watch a show because we project our own mess onto other people. So we see the negative parts or aspects of us unconsciously, by the way, the parts of us we don't like. And that's why we're watching the show. But that's something you can iron out in therapy. That'd actually be a great conversation. I would love for someone to bring that to me in therapy. That'd be great.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Okay, well, can she hit you directly and y'all can keep going?
Yeah, hit me. You're in Atlanta. Hit me up. David Weber _LPC. Hit me up on Instagram. It's the quickest way I'll respond to you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks.
All right, yeah, because this sounds like an ongoing conversation for you,
Yeah.
Natalie. I'll definitely take advantage of it and hit him up. David's going to be hanging out with us all morning. Natalie, you're a citizen.
That's way in the morning.
All right, Dave, you going to hang out with us?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Damn, your brain tired? Do you
No.
get tired when this happens?
No.
Oh, all right. I do. Just talking about my shit get me tired.
Sounds like you need a mix.
I think I do need a mix. Wow, and just like that, a mixer appears. It's
Okay.
DB.
Wow.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
All right.
Ah.
Hey, DB, how can they pick up this mix?
All my mixes are on Mixcloud, not SoundCloud, Mixcloud at It's Really DB. I post all the mixes there. The morning mixes that you hear that start the show off every day, you're going to have to tune in Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern here on Shade 45. So wait in the morning to hear those.